Hi yogis, welcome. I'm here with Herb, my very cheeky puppy at the moment, and I'm going to move through a few poses today and also incorporate our segmented breathing that we practiced last week. So I hope you have a chance to practice that, because we'll incorporate that in our little practice today. So the theme of our practice today is acceptance. So we're practicing acceptance anyhow. So practicing just being with all our feelings, whether we like those feelings or not, and allowing them to be there, because they will pass, just like this time that is going on at the moment will also pass. The practice today will be quite easy and achievable for those that really haven't done much yoga in the past. So to begin, we're going to start in child's pose. So coming into your version of child's pose, we'll start with our knees together if that's accessible to you, and our bottom towards our heels. Now, if your knees are sensitive, you can bring a blanket underneath, and you can even bring a cushion between your sit bones and your heels. And we're just going to come down and rest our hands out in front here, bringing our forehead down towards the floor. And then dropping into our breath. Noticing your breath. Not trying to control your breath in any way, just noticing where you can feel it in your body. Taking full, smooth breaths. Noticing your shins, the tops of your feet connecting with your mat. Your face softening, your jaw relaxing. We'll begin by taking 3 grounding breaths. So taking a deep breath in through your nose, and then a long exhale out through your mouth. Doing these in time with your own breath. Last round. I'm just pausing here, noticing what's going on within you, and allowing it to be there. So when I say allowing, softening into it, relaxing your muscles. And then we'll gently begin to push ourselves back up, bringing our hands towards our heels. Now, if this position is uncomfortable for you, you can come and sit on your bottom here with your legs crossed for our next few poses. So just stretching out through your neck now. So rolling the shoulders once, and then dropping your ear towards your shoulder, and just taking some nice full breaths here. Inhale, bringing your head back to center. Exhale with an outward sigh. Rolling your shoulders once more. then on your next exhale, dropping your head to the other side. Once again, taking nice full breaths here. Inhale, bringing your head back through center. And a nice outward sigh. Circling the shoulders a few times now. So as you inhale, bringing your shoulders up towards your ears. And as you exhale, squeezing your shoulder blades together and down your back. And moving in time with your own breath. And then let's reverse those circles. So squeezing our shoulder blades together and up our back as we inhale, and exhale as we round through the shoulders and down. Connecting your movement with your breath. One more round. And then dropping into stillness. Noticing where you go in times of stillness. Freeing yourself from judgments. Moving into our wrists now. So bring our hands together in our prayer pose and then bring our elbows together. And from here we're going to interlace our fingers and then make some circles with the hands here. So you might notice lots of little creaks and cracks in the wrists, and that's perfectly fine. And then reverse those circles. Coming to stillness, bringing our arms out in front, fingertips down to the floor, and then if you can, back towards yourself. Breathing smoothly here. And then fingertips up towards the ceiling and having another nice smooth breath here. Beautiful. From here, we're all going to move on to all fours. So we're bringing our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips here. And so we're not sinking down into our joints, but we are actively pushing up out of the floor here. And we're moving into cat and cow. Now, most people have done this stretch before, so you'll know where to go most likely, but if not, we're going to breathe in as we drop our belly down and look up towards the ceiling. And then as we exhale, we're going to round through the back, pull our navel towards our spine, chin towards our chest, and push firmly into the floor with our hands and our feet. And then we move with our own breath cycle here. Warming up through our spine. Moving any stagnant energy that has been sitting here, especially if we've been hanging out, watching lots of television, playing on the computer. into a tabletop position here. We're going to come into our first downward dog of the day. So bringing your hands a little bit in front of your shoulder points and tucking through your toes. Now pushing firmly into your hands, making sure you've got a nice wide spread through your fingers. Tucking those toes, and then imagining you're getting lifted up by a string at your sit bone. So your tailbone is peeling up towards the ceiling first. And then you can have as much of a bend in your knees here as you need to. We haven't stretched through our legs yet, so your hamstrings might be tight. Finding your breath once you've arrived. You can pedal through the legs as I'm doing. Now if your hamstrings are shorter, you might be here pedaling, and that's perfectly fine. You are where you need to be. So when you feel you can come into stillness, pausing here, pulling your shoulder blades onto your back, taking a nice full breath. And once more, practicing accepting whatever you're feeling in this moment. So with that practice, softening into accepting rather than pushing against it or trying to fight your way to acceptance. And then coming back down onto our knees. Great job. So we're going to move through a little sequence here that incorporates our cat and cow and our downward dog and child's pose. So keep your hands just in front of your shoulder points. And from here we're going to inhale as we drop our belly up into our cow pose. Exhale as we tuck our toes and lift up through the sit bones, taking ourselves into our downward dog. And then we inhale, coming back into our cow. And exhale, untucking our toes as we push our bottom back towards our heels into our child pose. And pausing here, relaxing through your arms for 2 breaths. And then we'll move through that little cycle again. So inhale as you come up onto hands and knees, lifting up through your chest. Exhale back into your downward dog. Inhale as you come onto your knees. And exhale as you push back around through the back as if you're coming through cat. Bringing your sit bones towards your heels, forehead towards the floor, and just resting the arms. We don't have to have them extended here. We can have them softer, more relaxed. 2 full breaths, and then we'll move through another round here. Okay, moving once more. So inhale, coming forward. Drop the belly, looking up. And exhale, rounding through the back, coming into your downward dog. Inhale, coming back down. Lifting through your heart. And exhale, coming back into your child pose. And from here we're going to move through that sequence but add on a little more. So inhale, coming forward. Exhale, coming back to down dog. From here, if you can come into three-legged dog, lifting your right leg, so inhale, lifting up, and then exhale, bringing your knee in towards your chest and in between your front two hands. Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, another variation will be to come down from our down dog and then bring our right leg in between both hands there. Just bringing that left knee back so that you're getting a nice stretch through the top of your left thigh there. Now you can untuck the back foot or keep it tucked. So depending on your needs, I have a little bit of a dicky knee on my left side, so it feels safe for me to keep my left foot tucked. Now just allowing your hips to sink down here and seeing if you can lengthen up through your torso. Now just make sure that that right knee is in line with your ankle here. Taking 2 full breaths. And then we're going to walk our hands back towards our left knee and bring our right toes up towards the ceiling. Inhaling, lengthening the spine here. And exhale, if you like, lowering towards your knee. With each in-breath, lengthening. And with each out-breath, lowering. Inhale, coming forward once more. And then exhale as you plant your hands and just drag that right foot back and come all the way back into our child pose once more. Connecting with your breath. Let's move through that sequence now on the other leg. So inhale, coming up into our cow. Exhale, round through the back. Tuck your toes into your downward dog. Inhale, lifting your leg if you're coming in this way. Exhale, coming forward. So taking the same variation as you did on the last side. Dropping that knee, that right knee, and then making sure the left knee is in line with the left ankle, and lengthening through your chest here as much as comfortable for you. Taking some nice full breaths. And then coming back with your hands, bringing your toes towards the ceiling. And inhale as you lengthen through your spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Coming back through to the sole of your foot on your left leg. Plant through your hands and drag the left leg back. And come back towards your heels once more. This time bringing your hands back by your sides and your forehead towards the floor. If the floor is a long way away for you, you can stack some blocks or books or whatever you've got, cushions underneath to bring the floor up to your head. allowing your breath to slow and settle into its natural rhythm. Bringing your hands by your sides and slowly pushing your torso back up, bringing you into an upright position. Coming back on to your bottom now. We're getting ourselves set up for our segmented breathing. So we want to just make sure we're in a comfortable seated position here, with our head over our heart and our heart over our pelvis. Our chest and our belly is soft while our spine is tall. Now our segmented breath is a healing breath and an uplifting breath. So really focusing on those soft sniffs through the nose, the 4 sniffs, and the long exhale out the nose. I'll guide us into this and then just move with your own rhythm. So taking a full natural breath first. Exhale, letting go. And then beginning our segmented breath. Remaining soft through your face, your jaw, the point between your eyes. Adding in that pause at the top of your inhale, if it's suiting your practice today. Completing 5 more rounds wherever you are. One more round. Pause at the top and letting go. Allowing your breath to return to its natural flow. Noticing what's going on within you at this moment. Remaining soft through your eyes and keeping your eyes closed if that feels good for you. Beginning to notice now things going on outside of yourself. So the sounds that you might hear around you in your room or wherever you're practicing. Seeing if we can notice those sounds without labeling the sounds. Just allowing them to come into our awareness and then leave, and either be replaced by a new sound letting go of the sounds around you now and taking a full in-breath, filling your belly and your chest all the way up to your collarbones. And as you exhale, you can open your eyes, just filtering through the light, blinking, softly opening. Reawakening through your body. We're going to inhale, reaching out towards the sides and looking up towards the ceiling or outside. And exhale, bringing your hands through in prayer to your heart space. Thanks for dropping in today, and I look forward to recreating this setup, which actually takes a while, for you next week. From me to you, namaste.